All right, we're back here with another Scantool review. And in this video here, we're going to talk about XTOOL's IP508S. This here is a 4-system code reader. It has 9 special functions. And one special thing about this thing is that it does support reading CAN-FD data. So that's very important because as time go on, more than likely you're going to run into cars that need to, or you're going to own a car that is going to have CAN-FD. And this scan tool right here, or code reader, a very enhanced code reader, is capable of interpreting that data. So with that said, let's go ahead and open the box up here just to show you really quick what's in the box. I've already activated it and things, so I'm just going to be quick. Just come with some paperwork. It come with all the cords you would think. There's no need to pull this out. International chargers here and a USB cable here for data transfer to your computer, and the actual unit. So it does not come with a carrying case, but the box that it came in is pretty good. I think, again, if you want to store it in something, this box will work just fine. So, all right, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the unit on. And as you see, it's the familiar XTOOL that we know. So let me just come a little closer here. I just want to get a little closer here so we can see the screen. It's a 5-inch screen on it. So, yeah, it's a 5-inch screen, just like what we normally see. My battery's a little low, but that's good. Got 29%. All right, so let's just go down the menu really quick. Okay, first of all, we go to special functions here. And as you can see, we got 9 special functions, common ones that most people use. Electronic parking brake, I think is pretty good. In fact, we're going to do that in this video. I'm going to recalibrate the electronic parking brake on one of my cars to show you how easy that works. And basically what it does is if you change your back brakes, it kind of just slowly brings in the pad to the rotor, so it can determine how much, I guess, fluid pressure it needs to put, hydraulic fluid pressure it needs to put on that caliper when you hit the electronic brake switch to clamp down on that rotor to brake the car. So that's that. Reports, this thing here supports, live data, diagnostic reports, everything you'd expect. Remote, it actually has remote access to TeamViewer. So if you want to use TeamViewer, you could do that. Updates here, obviously, is that everything's been updated here. You can update this. And while we're on the subject of update, this thing has free lifetime updates. So there's no cost to anything to do that. Settings, obviously you can just go ahead and change all of your settings and check your software version, change the language, change the units, enter workshop information, and more is where the user manual is digital with this version here. So it doesn't come with an actual user manual. Some people may want a paper manual. Some people may prefer digital. Some people, it really doesn't matter. But anyway, I think that's one of the ways they kept costs down with this unit. Because this unit is a really good price right now. It's at around $230 with a $50 coupon. And I also got a link to that in the description or pinned comment as well. And if you're interested in buying it, just wait a few days. I'm going to get a code that's going to give an extra discount on top of that. All right, so one cool thing I want to show you here that's not obvious here on the screen is that you see right here, you can take a screenshot. That's by simply clicking this little screenshot button right here. So if I click this, it takes a screenshot. But it also does screen recording. You just have to pull down from the, let me see here. Scroll down from the top here, pull down from the top. As you can see, there's a screen record button right here. And actually, there's a dark theme as well. So you want to turn your thing to dark theme, and how you get that, you see the little pencil right here in the corner. It's a little pencil right here. You click this, and whatever features are down here to the bottom, you can drag that from this lighter gray, you can drag it up top. And I drug up the dark theme, turn it into dark theme. All right, so one other cool thing is that let's go to the home screen here. If you just swipe up anywhere on the screen, you will see all the other things you can use. It actually has Chrome on the unit. So you can actually, it defaults to XTOOL's homepage, but let's say, I don't know, you probably could use all data with it, I'd imagine. It seems to work pretty good. So let me click it real quick. I want to show you. let's see here. I think I was just reading some stuff here about this stuff here. But anyway, it does a good job. And you could actually even go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube real quick and just show you that if you was to go to YouTube, and the videos actually play pretty loud, I gotta say. So yeah, so you can actually log into your YouTube here as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in my channel one and whoop, click the wrong button there. So click that back in there. One and done DIY. That's my channel, obviously. And if you go there, it will pull up the channel and you can watch a video. I'm just give you a quick test really quick to show you that actually is functional. So we click, let's just click this video here. And it plays and the speakers actually sound pretty good. So reason why this is important, say if you're doing, now let me skip the ad real quick. I don't know if you can hear that.
I needed the flexibility of an online program, but I wanted to learn.
You see here. I guess for some reason they didn't. Anyway, it would skip the ad. So anyways, you can see. So you can hear that, right? I'm sure you can hear it. But if not, I'm just going to turn this down. So here's the volume buttons here. So right here, that's a volume down and button up. But why this is important, say if you're doing something to your car you've never done, and you're out here in the mist and your hands are dirty, you might not want to go back in your house. You might not want to wash your hands. You might not want to take your gloves off that might be dirty. You can just go get a quick YouTube reference video right here on the Scantool. So that's pretty good. All right, so let's just back out of here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go back to the diagnosis software. So, and all of these things are just auto scan. We're going to do that. I'm going to jump in the car. We're going to look at some data. Diagnosis is just what it is. I'll click that and show you real quick. You just pick the car. So, I mean, it does all makes and models and everything. So anyway, we're going to jump in the car. We're just going to do some, we're just going to do a scan with it. We're going to do just a little live data so I can show you what the grafting looks like. And we are going to cap the video off with using a special function of doing electronic parking brake recalibration. All right, so we're inside the car with the IP508S. This is a entry-level enhanced code reader from XTOOL. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and do an auto scan. And then after we do an auto scan, we're going to just take a look at a little bit of live data. I'm going to turn the call. Then we're going to take a look at using the electronic parking brake calibration special function. So everything here looks good. Let's go to automatic scan. It should be quick. It's only a 4 or 5 system. So we got 5 systems here that it checked. For me, it checks the engine control module, the transmission control module, the electronic brake control module, the SRS system, the inflatable restraint system, and the parking brake control module. These electronic ones have, let's see here, diagnosis report. They all mainly communication issues, and this is parking brake calibration data not plausible. So anyway, that's one of the reasons why I'm gonna do this calibration to see if that works. Because again, I've done it several times already, and with different scan tools. And maybe it's just a thing in the engine here. This thing has H2O slow response. I mean, that kind of just comes and goes. I probably need to replace that sensor at some point. I'm pretty sure it's the original sensor that came in the car. And the rest of the things are just sort of issues with the parking brake system that I'm looking into. That's why I'm doing the electronic parking brake calibration. See if that'll clear things up. I'm gonna do that, clear the code, and then see how that goes. All right, so we saw the scan. It's a quick scan. It scans 4 or 5 systems. So now, oops, wait a minute. Let's go back. Let me cut the car on real quick. Let me open the garage door, let some of them fumes out. Let's go to system selection, engine control module, 3.6. front wheel drive. We're just going to take a look at some. I always like to look at oxygen sensor data or fuel trim data, whichever one you want. Let's take a look at some live data. Fuel system. Let's just look at this might do. Oh, let's go back. Hold on. I'm gonna do the HO2 since it says slow response. Oops, went a little too fast there. Let's see what we got here. All right, fuel sensor bank 1. Let's get bank 1 and bank 2. All right, and then we're gonna hit custom. And what this does, I think it kind of groups them together, and then you can hit if you hit graph, it'll graph just that one. For example, if you hit graph here, it'll graph them all individually like this. So I mean, pretty decent graph. I mean, you can get 4 on the screen. You can see 4 pretty good. And you can tell my O2 sensors. It says slow response on bank 1. I guess in between that, yeah, I guess you can see right here when the car first cut on, you see that long interval right here. Versus on the bank 2 sensor one, it seemed like in the beginning the intervals, or either what you say, the frequencies of the sine wave was a little bit quicker. Maybe it's nothing to it. The sensors 2 are checking out just fine. They're going pretty much in a straight line as they should. So now but if we hit combine, what it does is it puts all 4 on the graph at once, and you can kind of monitor. For example, the red and orange, you can see that's your sensor 1s, and the look like magenta and some sort of light green, those are going in a straight line again. So you could take a look at this and say, hey, my oxygen sensors are working fine. And this is quite relevant when you get that P0420 code. Sometimes your car throw that out there, especially this car here, older cars. I haven't seen it on this car since I've been putting 93 octane gases, which is what the book recommends. I haven't seen it anymore, and that's been over 2 years now. So anyway, that's what the data looks like. Pretty good. I'm sure you can do, you can zoom in on the X, zoom in on the Y. You know, you can make it a little bit smaller, a little compact. Then I guess this little circle here resets the data. So we go here, let's do it again. Let's do several times. Yeah, so you can get more on the screen. It looks like you can do two zooms. Let's go like this, 2 of these. Oh yeah, the X3, the X makes it a little smaller, but the Y kind of lifts it up so you can get more visualization. Anyway, it does pretty good at graphing the data. So that's it. We saw the scan, which is pretty fast since it's a 4 code read. In this case, it's 5 because I guess my car technically has electronic parking brake module and a parking brake module, which is strange, but that's how they done it. And we've checked out the live data. Everything looks good. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to get out of the car. I'm going to show you guys how to do an electronic parking brake reset, and show you what you should look for when you do it, so you'll know if everything is going correctly. So here's a quick video on how to do the electronic parking brake calibration with the XTOOL software. The unit I'm demonstrating here is IP508S, but this right here would be just the same with any XTOOL. So what you're going to look for is this. You see this cable right here? This cable right here. When you do this calibration, what's going to happen, it's going to move, it's going to actuate this thing, this metal, I guess, bracket here to go up and down, because what it's going to do is going to just see how much hydraulic pressure it needs to add in order to get close enough to properly clamp the rotor to stay in place. So with that said, let's go ahead and pull up the special function here. Whoops, hold up my scan tool. My thing fell out of my scan tool here. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, sorry about that. My cable came out. I thought I had it tied in there. Apparently not. Okay, give me a second here. I got to put that back in there. For some reason that came out. All right, there we go. That should be good enough. All right, so electronic parking brake. Hit my light here. Let's put that right there so you can see it. Electronic parking brake. This right here is going to be a GM. This is a 2010 passenger car Buick LaCrosse. Okay. And here we go to park and brake and electronic brake. Electronic brake is just going to show you the actual module, and you can only read and clear codes, right? But so let me go back in there. Backed out too far. If you go to the parking brake module, you will see you can do the same thing inside the parking brake module. Again, in my car, it's 2 different modules, but you can go to, now you go to special function, then you go to park brake calibration, okay? Hit okay, everything is done. Now, what I like to do is just click view data stream. And you can see a lot of stuff here. Like if you really gotten some issues, like how many cycles you've been through, if you got valid signals, it's a bunch of information here you can see. But the only thing we're really interested in is just doing the calibration. I was just showing you this here so you can see what's in the special function. So all right, now if you hit start, this thing should start moving here. See how that's moving? And this failure message is popping up. Don't worry about that. I'm going to email this to XTOOL. I think it's just a small error where it's thinking that it's not communicating with my ECM, but it actually does. And but it's working just fine. And it could be just a bug with my ECM. But as we can see how that works, it just moves that back and forth until it kind of makes sure that it clamps down properly on that rotor. And that's it. The job is done. So with that said, that's how you do the electronic parking brake calibration with the XTOOL software. And again, I'm demonstrating with the IP508S.